What up, y'all? Last night at work was kind of crazy. They've been kind of ramping it up the last couple of days, at work especially. And like these two cars ahead of me in traffic, and they just like pull like to the center of the road all of a sudden, like stop in the middle of the road pretty much, and then just go again, like right in front of my car at a synced up. I think it was like right as I went through an intersection or whatever, and they just stop in front of me, and like I don't know, like they're just someone's gonna crash into them someday, you know. And I drove up by them, and I was like, "You good?" And then they were like all laughing at me and shit. And then like they come and drive by me again. They come and speed by me, and I'm like, "Someone's gonna crash into you one day, you dumb bitch." Like, they just come and speed by me really fast. And they're just laughing, and they just think it's funny to just drive crazy in traffic and try to like make someone crash. And like you don't know me. You don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not saying I would crash into them, but you don't know me. You don't know what I'm gonna do. So why would you play in traffic with your cars like you can't crash and die and get veered off of the road and die? Like, or seriously hurt, you know? Like, they just think it's hilarious. And then they looked like some like teenagers too. Like they looked kind of young. But it's just like, I don't know. This is crazy. You're not real. Okay, I'm not real. Okay. But what else? Oh yeah, there was this one delivery I came back from. There's all these sirens going off on the way there. There's one like right when I left like the place that I was delivering to. I think there's like an ambulance that drove out, and then there's another ambulance that had to be a different ambulance because it was like over the other direction, and it was like right as I go through an intersection. It's ahead of me, driving out ahead of me, and so like I saw these two synced up ambulances, and then I heard a fire truck horn, and just all like it was at least two ambulances and a fire truck that were synchronizing with their siren sound effects. And then I get back from the delivery, and the siren's still going off, and there's this car alarm going off right when I get out of my car in the parking lot. And like the people walked out of the building right as I pull into the parking lot. And like I'll go out to my car on a delivery, and it'll be like there'll be a car at the door when I go out, like cars driving by on the street, or just through the parking lot, or a car driving through the parking lot and a car driving by on the street at the same time, whatever, or someone coming through the door right as I go through the door or whatever. It was like like I'll go out the door and there'll be a car on the street right there, and then right as I step off of the curb onto the parking lot, there'll be a car right there, and then right as I get to my car, there'll be a car right there, and then right as I'll put my delivery in the passenger side if it's like a big delivery, and there'll be a car right there when I like close the door, and then there'll be a car when I walk around to the other side and open that door. And then there'll be a car right when I start the car and back up. And then there'll be a car right when I get to the street. Like every time I go out, that's happening. Or like multiple cars syncing up with each other, you know? Or just someone riding by on a bike right in front of my car right as I get into it. Or right behind my car or whatever. Or just a car in the parking lot backing up right at the same time I do and then getting in my way. Lady Gaga meat dress. Yeah, I've seen the Lady Gaga meat dress. What about it? I look like a Lady Gaga meat dress. Okay. Um, and then uh, I was like, fuck the police, because the cops drove by outside, and I was like, hey guys, did you know that the police historically is the slave patrol? Like the slave patrol badge is the same exact badge that the police still wear today. The runaway slave patrol badge is the exact same badge that the police wear today. Did you guys know that? And then my coworker was like, "Yeah, I, I." What did he say? He was like, "I always feel, uh, I always feel like harassed by the cops when I see them or something like that. It's like I always feel suspicious and harassed when I see the cops, or paranoid and harassed when I see the cops." I was like, "Yeah, you're telling me, bro." And I wonder, do they I don't know. I wonder how this program works. Do they shorten their if they get in trouble with the law, they'll shorten your parole or whatever if you gang stalk people or whatever. I don't know. You know, like the Wire type shit. Is it like that kind of? I don't know. Cause some of them be talking like "fuck the police," and I wonder if some of them actually mean it, even though they are a police, basically. And they work with them to stalk me. Want to send me pictures of your balls? No, I don't. Um, but yeah, there's just a bunch, like the last couple of nights, like I said, there's a bunch of cars just driving slow in front of me and just they'll be at an intersection. They'll just be sitting at the intersection ahead of me and there'll be no cars coming. And they'll just be sitting there And then right as I pull up to it, they'll go. And it's like, it's just a waste of, it's just to waste like 5 seconds of my life or whatever. Because they could have gone already, and then I could just go through the intersection, but there's this car in front of me, and I can't, you know? It's just like, I just got to wait for them to go before I can go, even though they could have gone with their 66 license plate already. They're just sitting there waiting for me to pull up. Or they're sitting at the opposite side, and then, you know, they're turning and turning in front of me, but they don't turn until I pull up to the intersection. You know? This is childish, stupid, just stupid. And they'll just completely, like when I'm sweeping at work, they'll just completely walk in the path of where I'm sweeping and stuff like that. We'll be closing at the end of the night, and I'll be sweeping, trying to get us all out of here early as possible. And they just want to walk in the path of where I'm sweeping and do work in the place, like over here at this table here. They're doing the work at that table right at the time where I'm coming over to sweep by it, instead of doing it any other time before that. They wait to do it till that moment, right as I'm walking over there. Just nonstop all night. Just nonstop the entire time that I'm at work. They're doing things like that. They're just walking in front of me, or just like mobbing around me with a bunch of people all at once. Just getting in my path to where I'm trying to go, and just like and just making sounds around me, and like I'll just be sweeping, I'll just come over to this corner of the room, and there'll be someone walking over right at that moment and just walking right in front of me. Like, bro, you see me sweeping here, right? And then they'll always just like I've said before, like they'll have their back turned to me, and then they'll like back up right as I walk by them, and they'll be like, "Oh, sorry." Like they don't know that I'm coming. Or they'll be facing me and do that, even. Like, you don't know that I'm coming? It's like everybody's like a little toddler, and you gotta hold their hand. But they're doing it on purpose, though. And then they'll just like I'll be ready to go out on this delivery, and they'll like come over and like grab the receipt to look at it right as I'm walking over to grab it. They're like grabbing the receipt of my delivery and looking at it. They're like, "Oh, that's yours." I'm like, "I know, and you know that too." Just every day, dude. Every day. You know, they just play stupid. They just act stupid. They just play stupid. Like they don't know what's going on, but they do. Or like, I'll go to answer the phone, and right as I reach to grab the phone, like I'm about to grab the phone, someone's like, "Somebody answer the phone, please." God. Or like, right as I'm checking out on delivery, they'll be like, check out on your delivery. Like right as I am checking out on it. Or like things like that. Like those just. Or like I was on the phone yesterday and they're like, they were like acting like they were looking for me. Like they know where I am. They know exactly where I am. They're just playing stupid. It's just a whole act. It's just a whole movie act. It's just a whole movie scene. With all these bad actors around me. It's psychotic, dude. Psychotic. Like how do you just play with somebody all day like that? I don't what's wrong with you? I know I keep saying that, but really. Like some of them just think it's hilarious too. Like they're just smiling in my face while they do it. And then some of them act like they're my friend, but they're like you can tell that they're smiling behind the mask. And then some of them, I think, genuinely do like me though, and like don't want to gang stalk. But then, I don't know. Oh, and I saw a plane last night. Like they were just going all out last night. I saw a plane. I saw a helicopter. I don't know if that was last night or the night before. Right as I pulled up to an intersection. I think that was the night before last night. Yep. And then tonight is gonna be crazy again, probably. And it's always crazy, but I mean, they've been ramping it up the last couple days. And then, like, we'll have our uniform shirts on, and then, like, my coworker will leave, clock out, and they'll take off their uniform shirt, and there'll be a red shirt underneath it. And probably intentionally, I just see it all the time. People just wear red shirts too, so it's like, it's one of those things, it's like, I don't know. Then, like, this one guy, like, right after I started working there, he got these red shoes. like like a week after I started or whatever. I don't know, he just did. And then I don't even know. I don't know. I'm sure there's other things that happened last night I'm forgetting about. I just like to get on here and talk about it because I don't got anybody to talk to because everybody around me is fake. So I just get on here and talk to myself, and if it resonates with the other TIs, then cool. You know, I just get on here and talk about it, and then anybody who's like a new TI can come watch my videos and figure out what's going on. Because there's a lot going on, at least for me. It's a lot of things going on every day. I'm thinking back, you know, like a year ago or so, I started to figure this out. Probably around last September was when like I found Ebo's Gang Stalking Florida channel, and he just mostly talks about one headlights and U-turns. That's like the main like tactic that they use on him, it seems, is U-turns. So I started noticing a lot of one headlights and U-turns around me, and I'm like, and I always felt like I was being like gang stalked in a sense. Like I knew the word gang stalking, I knew that about like planes and drones gang stalking and stuff like that. And I knew, you know, there's like secret agent people out there and stuff, undercover cops and whatever. So, you know, I was always kind of like, you know, I always kind of had the feeling that something was going on. And then, like, you know, my technology, like my phone would just like glitch out at weird times and like do weird things. I was like, okay, that's the CIA mess with my phone, clearly. So, you know, I was always kind of like, I always kind of knew something was going on. So I was like, okay, I see all these one headlights and U-turns are happening right next to me and stuff. And then I was like, okay, every time I walk through an intersection, there's white cars and sometimes a one headlight or a U-turn right there or something. I just started to notice, like, every time I go through intersections, I'm seeing white cars pretty much every time. So I was like, okay. Or no, that was after I think that was after I found Gang Stalking Simulation. I started noticing white cars. I was like, okay, something's going on. And then, like, I was watching more of his videos and other channels, Real Gang Stalking and Targeted Journey and Like, those are the three main ones that, like, really, like, woke me up. And, like, they have really good evidence on their videos and stuff. Like, they break it all down and everything and show the synchronicities and everything. Which is another thing, if you're a TI, show the synchronicities. Because if you're just pointing your camera at someone with a red shirt, it's just somebody with a red shirt, you know? I'm just saying. You know, like, I'm a TI, I can see what you're pointing at. But, you know, just show like how you know they're gang stalking you, you know? But so yeah, so I was just like walk around, and I started recording it. I would just like walk around, record it, and then I would like watch over the videos, and I would start to notice other things on the videos. So like that's how I kind of like figured it all out. It was like I would rewatch my videos, and I would be like, okay, they're driving by at these places too. They're driving by at crosswalks. They're driving by at corners of buildings. And then I was like, okay, it's like a bunch of white cars driving out with this white car too. I was just like, wait a minute. Oh, and my coworkers are gang stalking me too. Oh, and my family's gang stalking me too. Oh, wait a minute. Everybody's gang stalking me pretty much. Wow. So I just started to slowly piece it all together and started to figure out all the different things that they do and all the different license plate numbers and all the different tactics that they do. How they just walk away from me right as I walk by them and stuff. And how they just make all these sound effects around me as I walk through intersections and crosswalks and stuff. And how they sync up the train horn. And they sync up planes flying over me, and they sync up just anything that you could sync up. They sync up. They sync up the street lights. The street light turns on and off every time I walk by it. I was like, okay, it's like a whole movie set out here, and I'm the main character, I guess. At least around here. I don't know if there's any other main characters around here, but I got a bunch of background actors around me. So it's crazy, like, to think back, like, I didn't know anything, like, a year ago. And then now it's like, like, I don't even need to, like, look for it anymore, you know? Like, I just look up and I'm like, oh, that's a gang stalker, that's a gang stalker, that's a gang stalker. And then I'm right. I was like, yep, I knew it. I didn't even have to see them synchronize. before they even synchronized, I knew it already. And there they go synchronizing. Yep. But this is weird. Like, all these people have just been playing games with my head. before I even knew what was happening. It's just all these people just like secretly like, oh, look at him. Oh. They're just all like subliminally like bullying me or whatever you want to call it. It's just all these people around me that I thought, some of them I thought we were cool or whatever. Or like, maybe I had a feeling that they were like talking about me behind my back or whatever, but like I never had a problem with them or whatever, and like it's like, the fuck. Like, what did I ever do to anybody? Nothing. At all. You know, I don't know, it's just, like at my old job, like all my coworkers were like ganging up on me basically, and just like mocking me in my face and like laughing at me and shit. Cause of this dumb shit at work and then like a few people, like I was like telling the boss like, this doesn't make sense, what you're doing or whatever. And like, there's a few people who agreed with me even, but like they wouldn't say it to him though. They would just say it to me. But then they would like follow along with the shit and like, I don't know. This is retarded, dude. Like, what did I do to y'all? Nothing. So why? Like, we're just gonna synchronize around this guy and play mind games with him and do things to frustrate him and start random arguments with him for no reason. Just do all this stupid shit to try to drive him crazy and drive him to suicide or whatever, or make him snap out and shoot the place up or whatever. Which that one, like, I could be like that, like I could be a guy like that. And you're just gonna do that. Like, what if I did do that? Like, why would you play with someone like that? Why would you play with somebody, especially if you don't even know them? Like, I'll just walk in a room and I'll see all these people looking over at me, like, and they look at each other and they're like, and they just think it's like this funny like prank or something. and I'm just surrounded by these people. I gotta repeat that point. I'm surrounded by fake people that want to destroy my life. And then if any real people come around me, they're probably trying to sabotage that so that I can't, you know? Or if anybody that's like on the same like frequency as me, they're gonna like sabotage it or like tell them lies about me or whatever. Not that I think they can sabotage everything or whatever, but like, it's just, it's retarded, dude. How, like, like someone comes up to you, they're like, hey, I'll give you gift cards or a car or whatever if you go deliberately try to drive this guy crazy every day. You know what I would say? I would say, fuck you. That's what I would say. Why don't more people say that? Or what's going on with them? Why are they doing it? Because why would you do that? For a lot of different reasons, why would you do that? The main one being morally, why would you do that? Why would you... They literally... they literally pull up, and it's like, I'm like... like, they have this look on their face, they're like, that's the guy, there he is. That's the guy we gotta synchronize on. Oh, oh, oh. It's creepy. Y'all are some creeps. And then they're trying to make me look like I'm a creep. And they're also trying to make me look like I'm a chomo or something. And like, I posted this video about like that I went live on Creepbusters, and I posted it on here. And on that, I'm talking about the laws of like if a predator sent me child porn, if I would get like prosecuted for it or whatever. And someone in the comments is saying, I think it's Nerve Gorilla, I think it's his burner account or something, but it says the Lord Jesus or something like that. But he was saying like everything you do on the internet is recorded, and then it's like a picture of a baby, or it's like a baby emoji and a camera emoji. It's like he's basically saying that I was looking at child porn or something. By like that's what he got out of that video. I'm like, what? And then like all these people on Creepbusters are always trying to make me look like I'm a chomo, which a lot of them are probably just chomos and they do that anyway, you know. But I think some of them are gang stalkers, and they're doing it because they're a gang stalker. And they try to make me look like I'm a creep walking around recording people. But I'm just walking around, pointing my camera around. And then occasionally, yes, Nerve Gorilla, occasionally I will loiter. I'll stand there at the intersection, turn my camera around as white cars pull up to it right as the light turns multiple times over. Like every time the light turns red, there'll be a white SUV pulling up right at that moment. And it just happens 5 times over, so I just stand there and record it. And then I keep walking. And I record things happening around me synchronized. But I'm not following people around recording them like they try to say that I am. And I don't hate children. I hate that they are being used as puppets. You know, I'm like, people are always synchronizing around me with their children. Why? And they're like, oh, you hate children? I'm like, no. People are synchronizing around me with their children, using them as puppets, exploiting them. That's what I hate. I don't hate children. I hate that they're used as puppets before they even know anything. Just like how they have to recite the Pledge of Allegiance before they even know what allegiance means. As they tell them that Christopher Columbus was Captain America. Or Captain Planet, I mean. And yeah, like they just try to make me look like all these different things. I'm not. Why?